Hello there, my nincompoops. How are you doing in this fantastic day? We've got some Bloons TD battles, and I am going to show you guys the engineer. This is the last tutorial video forever! It's so nice, man. Finally finishing off this series. If you guys have any other ideas for fantastic series, let me know in the comments below. I'd definitely like to hear about it. And thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. So yeah, hopefully this will help everybody out. The main goal of this entire series was just to make people better players. Not everybody needed to watch these tutorials, not everybody needed to understand every single tower and every single aspect that Chris knows them, but I feel like, I've played this game so freaking much, I should know better than most people how most towers work. So today we've got the engineer. Kind of weird that we ended up with the engineer, but I kind of went through and just did it mostly based on what order they were in on like the front page there when you get to buy them and look at their upgrades and everything. So is the 0-0 engineer, is he a good tower? Surprisingly, yeah, he's actually a really good tower. He pops 3 balloons per shot with each one of his nails, so that's pretty solid right there. And he shoots pretty fast. So is the 0-0 engineer surprisingly good? Yeah, I mean, you really can't go wrong with a nice little chunky engineer over here right at the very beginning. Then moving on to Sentry Guns. How was that upgrade? Oh, yes! We love it. We love the little Sentry Guns. Oh boy, do we, man. The Sentry Guns are freaking boss. Chicken, man, we love them. Sentry Guns are awesome. Basically, every single Sentry Gun shoots out and pops, I believe, 2 balloons per shot. So it's like pretty awesome, man. I mean, you get a big chunk of balloon pops over here. And basically what he does is he goes in between like 2 and 3 engineers for the most part. I think, every once in a while something weird might happen where he only has 1 or 2 or something like that, but usually it's between 2 and 3. Until you get the faster engineering upgrade, which again is a very good upgrade. It's only $400 more, and you basically make it go from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. So it kind of switches off between 4 and 5, except every once in a while, again, there's probably 3 every once in a while, like right now. Overall, they're good. I mean, they're good. Does decent amount of popping power. Does a lot of popping power. Has a big spread kind of all over the place. Keep in mind, though, that the Sentry Guns all have their own range. So when you click on a Sentry Gun, you can see how big his range is. It's actually bigger than the Engineer's range. It's kind of interesting, I suppose. But the Sentry Guns do have a mega range. I think the reason why they did a bigger range on the Sentry Guns is because they wanted it to, no matter where it gets put, always reach where the Engineer is shooting. Then moving on, we've got the Cleansing Foam upgrade. So this is a really weird one. Is it effective? Not usually. You usually can't use this guy in too many effective ways, but sometimes it's your only cam detection or it's your only lead popping power or something, so you have to use it. But basically what it does is you pop down this white little creamy foam, which a lot of people, I mean, they say it's gross, but man, it reminds me of something. Creamy and white and shooting all over the place. I gotta say it. I have to say it. But basically what it does is it only allows a few balloons to run over it, and then it disappears. But if a Regrow balloon, a lead balloon, a camo balloon, or anything of the sort comes through, you can usually do a mega amount of basically destruction. It basically decamoizes them or de-regrowifies them or anything of the sort. So sadly, we're starting to get overwhelmed over here with yellow balloons and everything, so I'm going to go for my balloon trap. The 4th tier amazing little tower upgrade. I probably shouldn't have put him there, but hey, what you gonna do, man? We're just showing off the tower, right? We don't need to put him in all the right, exact, perfect places. Basically, what the balloon trap does is he is one of the only other ways to give you extra money. So obviously there's farms, there's cobras, there's snipers, and then the engineer. I don't think there's any more than that, where they actually give you money. How do they give you money? Basically, the balloons have to walk through the balloon trap. And then the balloons actually get absorbed by the balloon trap. They trap the balloons, and then they turn them into money. In BTD5 and stuff, it really doesn't help out that much because basically the balloons that you were going to pop give you back just like slightly more money from the balloon trap because you were going to pop them anyways and get money. But now the balloon trap is just stealing that money away and just taking it and giving you money from the trap. So, it's like, it's alright, but it's just, it's not perfect or anything like that. But in battles, because the balloons don't give you any money or anything for popping them, it's so much more effective, so much more awesome. It absolutely is. So So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get rid of my trap because it's just in such a darn terrible spot. And I want to put it right at the very front, but I just don't know if I can against the Moabs, dude. So let's buy our second one over here. Pop it down right there. And we're going to sell this guy and go whoopity-doo-doo-doo. So now we got the balloon trap. And now he's going to absorb all these balloons right at the very beginning. It's actually going to give us a lot of extra money. Check it out, man. And we get $504 per time we get, soak up these balloons. So it's pretty nice. It really is. So I'm also going to buy a random ninja. I feel like the ninja is a nice tower to combine with the engineer. It's good Moab popping power, which, usually, surprisingly, is one of the weakest things to the engineer. A bunch of Moabs coming out at the same time. Very weak against that. But that is all the left-sided upgrades. Balloon Trap can absorb all types of balloons. Camo balloons get a little bit funky in there, but leads and everything, you can absorb those guys. Just be ready, man. Just make sure you're always clicking on that Balloon Trap, and as soon as he disappears, he comes right on back, which is a really, really interesting aspect to that guy. So as long as you're paying attention, your Balloon Trap can be virtually, kind of, sort of, maybe infinite balloon popping power. In a very limited kind of way, it can be. So just be wary of that. If we're always clicking on this guy. Oh, he is going to rush the Moab. So we're going to have to get, I don't know, man. We're going to get a 4th-tier ninja with distraction. That should be enough to stop the Moab. Sadly, we have a lead balloon leaking through here. So I'm going to use a set of road spikes. Which, oh, no, I wasn't paying attention. Get that money, Chris. Get that money. $500. $500. More $500. And we're going to go for just a counter zebra rush. Zebras! He's already getting overwhelmed from balloons, so the zebras are just going to, I think, put the nail in the coffin. And it looks like, I don't know, did he have battle energy? And he's going to lose 1 billion lives, and he will be defeated. Alright, so that was actually a fairly easy game to use with the engineers. We didn't even go any eco, man. We didn't even go 250, basically up until the very end. So we're going to play another quick play match. And I'm going to show you guys the right-sided upgrades for the engineers. So we don't really use that very often, do we? Not really. Is it bad? No, it's not bad. It's just the left side is so much freaking better. More versatile and just overall fancy. So, of course, first thing we're going to get is engineer. I'm going to go for boomerang ninja, and we get attack shooter. All right, that's fun. Oh, no, he skipped it. Oh, what a jerk. What a jerk. So we're going to go with engineers again. This is actually a better level for the engineers, surprisingly. Boomerang ninja, and we get the Monkey Village. Alright, deal with it, man. Deal with it. Deal with it. Monkey Village, not that bad of a tower. You guys have seen, I used it, and it was actually pretty decent when I used it in my last game, or my last tutorial video. So first things first, let's get an engineer. We're going to go like this, and we're talking about the right side upgrade. So again, perfect for this map. We're going to go for 9-inch nails. What does it do? It pops, believe it or not 9 balloons per shot. It pops 8 balloons per shot. So that's something to note. Doesn't really affect it that much. Good for grouped balloons, bad for fast balloons like pinks and stuff like that. Overall, fairly effective tower, and I like it. I like to get that upgrade, especially in battles. When you have big grouped reds coming out, big grouped blues coming out, big grouped greens coming out, the 9-inch nails is pretty much a pertinent upgrade for your engineer. So you're going from 3 to 8, so you're adding 5 more pops. So you're more than doubling it for a measly little, $500, I think? So, or 450? I don't remember. How much is it? $450. So it's a measly little $450. So it's not that bad. I like it. I like to use it. Use it if you want. But keep in mind, it's only 2 more pops than buying another 0-0 engineer. So if you really wanted to, if you're having trouble with pinks and everything, and you're getting kind of worried, maybe just buy another 0-0 engineer instead of 9-inch nails. But that's totally up to you. The next thing to get is the larger surface area. A negative upgrade, a bad upgrade. Do not get the larger surface area. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. It's terrible. Why? Because usually the biggest weakness of the Sentry Guns is they pop out all over the place. They can pop out into a random corner that you don't want them to, and they can't shoot the balloons. Like, for example, if I put an engineer, I don't know, over here. Like, I'm like, okay, he can shoot down here, and he can shoot over here. But if I pop him right there, then, if we have some sort of weird Sentry Guns popping over here, they're not going to be doing very much damage. And it's definitely worse on other maps. But this is like, it could just be bad. So when we get larger surface area, we're like, oh my god, it does increase it a lot. It makes it huge, humongous. But is it a good thing? I don't think so. I think it's a bad thing. And I don't think in all situations it's going to kill you, hurt you, deny you it for that much amount of money. Man, you think it's going to be like really boss. It's going to be awesome. And I don't think it is. I just don't think it is. So now we've got this sprockets upgrade, so I gotta actually read this thing because it's so unused and so weird. You're like, what the heck is going on, man? So it increases the sentry fire rate appreciably. So when it says appreciably, I don't know what that means. I don't know the percentage, but I don't think it's that useful. I think you're better off chilling with just a couple, 1-1 or 1-0 engineers, maybe a 2-0 engineer, and go for mostly low-level engineers, unless you want to get a balloon trap. So that's the best way to use the engineers, is just chill with a bunch of 1-0s, 2-0s, or something like that, and then just get a balloon trap, whatever you need to, you know, absorb all of those balloons. That's pretty much it. Now, we could also talk about this last 4th tier upgrade, but it's $13,500, and nobody ever uses it. So, there's not really... there's no use for it. It's just in battles, unless you're going super duper late game, getting temples, it's probably not useful. But let's talk about it, I guess, man, if we need to. We're on the engineer. What does it do? Again, $13,500. It basically overclocks your tower. So it makes your tower, whatever tower you overclock, whatever tower you use the ability on, it makes it better. Makes it stronger. I think it's like 50% stronger, or I mean, double. I think it's like double its strength for a little while. So like, yeah, I mean, double its strength. That's not bad. But when you're spending this much ridiculous amount of money, it's usually just not that effective. It's gonna go like that, and he's got banana farms, so he's got a lot of money over there. I don't know what he's gonna do with it all, dude. I have no idea. So I'm gonna go a little bit more eco. 500, something like that. Just get things flowing over here. 500. Yeah, man. Yeah, son. And that's pretty much it for the engineer. Just makes things better. But again, if you're spending $13,500, you're not wanting to use it on a $5,000 tower, not even a Ring of Fire, not even, you know, these reasonably strong towers we're used to. No, you only want to use it on like a temple, or maybe an Apache Dart ship, or something like that. And spending that much money to only get him overclocked for a little while, I mean, like, it's probably the longest lasting ability, but still, it's just not that useful in most situations. You just would rather build 2 of the towers instead of getting that, you know, overclock ability going. But that's just my opinion. Of course, if you guys have a different opinion, you can use it. So anyways, we're going to go for a 4th tier ninja. I got a nice 4-2 ninja right in the very middle here, and I think just to be safe, I'd like to get a 2-3. And we're going to go for a Mob Rush right at the beginning of round 18 and just take him down, man. I think that's all we need to do, unless he gets something really, really funky or crazy over here. If he gets a Fire Mage or something else, I don't think he can take this thing down. I think I might even continue on with a bunch of Zebras after that, too. Just go with, like, I don't know, as many Zebras as we can afford here. That just do an extreme overwhelm. So there we go, Zebras, baby. Go for those Zebras. And he's got a Super Monkey, but now the Super Monkey's not going to be attacking the Monkey Village, it's going to be attacking the Zebras, so it's definitely an important thing to add in these, the Zebra pop power. He's going to go for a Laser Monkey, and that is just not going to be enough to stop this mob, and it's going to walk right through his defense, and we have won that game. So if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you press the like button. I just kind of realized that I haven't really been doing an overall rating for my towers for the past few videos, but I would give the engineer an overall 8 out of 10. It's very useful for 1-0s and 2-0s. You can get up to 4 something and get a bunch of extra money if you put them in the right spot. Sometimes a lot of people, what they do is with the 4-0 is they put it right at the very beginning of where the natural balloons come out, and try and make it so the balloon trap can only land at that part of the map, and then you just slurp up all the natural balloon money non-stop. Every single time balloons come out, you're slurping them up with that engineer, and you're getting extra money out of it. So keep that in mind. If you use him in smart ways, he can be so darn good. But that's what I'm going to have you guys today. So as always, thanks for watching, and have a super duper delicious day.